The first thing anyone on that plane noticed wasn't the sound of engines or the captain's cheerful voice. It was the crack. A sickening metallic crack as a 12-year-old boy's face hit the corner of a beverage cart. Blood rushed down his chin, one of his teeth skittered across the carpet, and above him stood the flight attendant who'd shoved him, her voice sharp. He attacked me. But a few rows up, a man quietly held up his phone. He wasn't just any passenger. He was a federal judge, and that single decision to hit record would change everything. The boy's name was Caleb. Caleb Parker. He was tall for his age, bright-eyed, loved spouting airplane trivia like it was his second language. His little sister Naomi clutched her Princess Tiana doll at the boarding gate asking Mom, "Are we really flying in the sky?" Their mom, Monica, had saved for 3 years working double shifts at the hospital. This was supposed to be their first trip to Disney World, their dream vacation. From the moment they scanned their boarding passes, though, the smiles faded. The attendant, Karen Doyle, barely looked at them. She smiled wide for other families stored their luggage with care, but for Monica and her kids, row 24 in the back. No warmth, just dismissal. On board, Caleb pressed his face to the window, rattling off facts. "Did you know planes can bend their wings 15 feet? The man 2 rows ahead. Judge Henry Williams smiled to himself. He remembered his kids at that age. But as service began, he noticed something. The cart stopped for every row but theirs. Caleb raised his hand politely. "Excuse me, I think you forgot us." Karen's smile vanished. "We'll come back." But they never did. When Monica asked later, they got 3 half-filled cups of water, no ice dropped hard enough to spill. No napkins. "Use what you have," Karen snapped. Judge Williams had seen this pattern before. A lifetime on the bench had trained him to spot it, the small humiliations, the selective contempt. He opened his notes app, and he started writing. Then turbulence hit. Drinks spilled, cups rolled. Caleb's water tipped into his lap. "I'm sorry," he said, trying to mop it up. Karen swooped in loud enough for half the cabin to hear. "This is a safety hazard. Did you not listen to instructions?" Caleb flushed red, 12 years old and shamed in front of strangers. His mom kept her cool, but inside her chest her heart was hammering, and it just kept building. Naomi needed the bathroom, the sign said vacant, but Karen blocked them with her cart. "Use the one up front," she said, knowing it was 15 rows away. "Please, she's 8, it's an emergency." "Then wait." Naomi shifted from foot to foot, eyes filling with tears. Another attendant, Marcus, tried to intervene. Karen shot him a glare cold enough to freeze fire. That's when Caleb stood up. "I'm helping my sister," he said, steadying himself as the plane jolted. His shoulder brushed Karen's arm, and that tiny accidental touch lit her fuse. "Don't you dare push me!" she screamed, and with both hands she shoved him. The boy's jaw slammed into the cart. The sound cut through the cabin like glass breaking. Blood, screams, his mother lunging forward, Naomi wailing, and Karen almost instantly flipping the script. "He attacked me. You all saw it." Marcus shook his head, horrified. That's not what happened. But Karen was louder, and for a moment it seemed like her story might stick, until the judge stood up. At 6'2", with silver hair and a voice that carried authority, Judge Williams raised his phone. "I am a federal judge. I recorded the entire incident. This child was assaulted. Get him medical attention now." The officers who boarded froze. They'd come in ready to cuff a 12-year-old boy. Now the balance of power shifted. Paramedics pushed through. Cameras came out. And the Parker family's nightmare became a national headline. At the hospital, Caleb lay groggy, jaw fractured in 3 places. Monica stood by his bed, her clothes still stained with his blood. That's when a corporate rep slid into the room, all polished smiles. "Ms. Parker, we're so sorry for your inconvenience. Here's $5,000 and first-class tickets for later. Just sign this." "Inconvenience." Monica's voice broke. "My son's jaw is shattered, and you're calling it an inconvenience." The judge was there too. "That paper's a gag order," he warned. "Don't sign." He called an old clerk of his, now a civil rights attorney. David Carter. David showed up within the hour. "This isn't just an assault," he said. "It's a civil rights case, and I'll take it pro bono." From there, the fight snowballed. Passenger videos leaked, proving Caleb hadn't touched her first. Other families came forward, breaking old NDAs, telling stories of the same attendant insults, spills, humiliations, all buried by her father's money. The airline tried hush money again. 10 million, 15, finally 25 million with a public apology. Monica showed the offer to her son. He grabbed a marker and wrote on his whiteboard, his mouth wired shut. Will she admit she was wrong? David shook his head. They'll apologize without admitting fault. Caleb erased, then wrote again. Then no deal. That kid, 12 years old, refused millions because he wanted the truth. When the trial came, Judge Williams' video sealed the verdict. The jury didn't just award damages, they exposed the airline's Secret Service profiles, sorting passengers by race and income to decide who deserved real service. The verdict forced the company into bankruptcy and sparked new federal rules on fair treatment in aviation. Karen Doyle, the flight attendant who smirked, problem solved over a bleeding child, ended up in prison. Her powerful father lost his board seat, his fortune shrinking with every lawsuit that followed. But Caleb, he healed. Slowly. His smile is a little crooked now, but he stands in front of auditoriums full of kids telling them what dignity looks like. He tells them, it's not about money, it's about truth. And Monica, she left nursing, started a foundation to help families who get bullied by corporations into silence. Naomi's still got her doll, a new one, and a little more steel in her spine. One family, one shove, one video, and an entire system cracked open. Now here's where I want you to weigh in. What would you have done in Monica's shoes? Take the settlement and protect your family's future, or fight for truth, knowing the cost? Do you think Caleb was right to refuse the money? And tell me, have you ever seen someone mistreated and wondered if you should have spoken up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this story if you believe justice matters more than silence. And don't forget to subscribe, because these stories aren't just about what happened on one flight. They're about who we choose to be when we're tested. Because sometimes the truth doesn't just set you free, it changes the whole system.